50 years ago on the hard sands of Daytona Beach. This is Florida's and the country's greatest automotive show of stock car performance.
Cars always played an important role in my life. When I was a child, I always looked at the beautiful and expensive cars and dreamed about owning one when I will grow up.
One shot, now the future is yours. Go!
Let me tell you a little bit about the history of this beach.
Two cars collide, fighting for the first
People were racing this beach all the way until 1958.
through the south turn safely onto the beach. The leaders, jockey for position.
Freeze up, straight dropping the chills. I'm talking.
We came here all the way from Miami, here to Daytona Beach, to test my Lamborghini Urus.
Future is yours. Go!
So ladies and gentlemen, the Lamborghini Urus.
I'm turning dreams into reality.
You can actually fully customize it to the point where you can select color of the calipers. You can select between the 10 designs of the rims.
One chance at best, yes. Painting pictures for the culture, keep the brushes fresh. Flip the cup.
The Lamborghini Urus was presented in 2017 on December 4th and actually was put up on the market as 2018 model.
Now the future is yours. Go! Yeah. It's one shot. Now the future is yours. Go!
I think it's extremely important for every young person to have dreams and to chase them.
Wow, I think we have a problem here. Wow. Is the beach closed? Wow. I think it's closed. We can't get in. What's up, guys? Welcome to the new episode of Investigator. Today, we wanted to take you on the most iconic beach in the whole United States. But look what happened. It's closed. You know why? Because it's a high tide and we can't actually drive on the beach. What are we gonna do, guys? I don't know. Let's go speak to attendants, see what happens. No luck. 5 hours of drive. So, sir, you think if we come tomorrow morning at 8 a.m., we'll be able to get there?
Yep.
Were people able to get there today in the morning?
Yeah.
Wow. What's up, brother? What's going on, man?
Nice Urus.
Thank you. When is a good time for me to take it on the beach?
Tomorrow morning.
I'm trying to get it on the beach, man. We're trying to shoot. We came all the way from Miami just to have some, beautiful shots.
Can't we just park there and shoot or no?
No, you can get fined for going past this gate.
How much is the fine? How about you fine me right away and then I go to the beach?
I'm not gonna fine you. It's gonna be the beach safety.
Okay.
Yeah. So unfortunately, I can't let you down there when the gate.
When do you think is a good time for do that?
Tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning? There is nothing expected tomorrow morning. Any high tide? Good weather?
Not till later on in the day. No.
Yeah. So
probably.
if we show up at 7:30 a.m., no problem at all. Is the gate open or?
The gate should be open. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, man. Appreciate your help, brother. Yeah, I'll park the truck. Thank you. So the reason it all started because the beaches here are so wide and the sand is so hard packed that you actually can drive the car there. And this is why the whole racing thing started. Unfortunately, today we're in non-luck and there is a high tide. So the water is really close to the actual road and there is no way they're letting us in. And look at it. When we came, it was much closer, right? It's getting there, it's unbelievable. You see how water goes down? Wow. This is so cool. See? Technically, we can totally drive. Look at this. Unbelievable. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's crazy. All right. So, yeah, I know. You can do crazy stuff.
The pace lap of the Grand National is underway. 45 stock cars representing almost every American make. What does a man do to turn the automobile you and I drive into a racing stock car? Safe, and fast enough to compete on the toughest stock car track in the country.
As you guys know, we came here last evening and the tide was actually so high, so we couldn't shoot. We came here all the way from Miami and we just couldn't leave. That's why we had to get rooms in one of these hotels and stay over, just to get this beautiful view for you guys. To me, fun is cars. That's why I took you here to Daytona Beach to test my Lamborghini Urus for you. The reason I decided to do a test drive of the Lamborghini Urus for you guys is I love cars, I really do. Now it's 7 a.m. in the morning and we are ready to go. You guys ready? It's the 10th episode of Investigator. Let's go.
The sands of Daytona, the world's most famous beach. 50 weeks a year, this Florida resort town basks in sunshine and listens to the quiet sounds of the surf. Its rhythm is the ceaseless changing of the tides every 12 hours. The Atlantic scours the wide, smooth beach with the pressure of 1,000,000 tons of water and suspended sand. At high tide, the sand is dropped before the surf retreats. The cycle repeats through countless sunsets. And sunrises. The Atlantic falls back. The sand dries and becomes a great natural superhighway, 200 feet wide, 20 miles long. 50 weeks each year, the cycle is undisturbed. Then, one day, as the surf falls back, men can be seen resetting old markers, laying cable, measuring carefully from one cable to another. Exactly 1 mile.
So welcome to Daytona Beach, guys. The reason I invited you here, you can be on the beach driving, you can enjoy the sun, you can park your car right by the shore and enjoy the weather. Let me tell you a little bit about the history of this beach and how it is connected to the automotive industry of the United States. It all started in 1905 when rich people started to race their cars here. Cars were available only to a limited amount of people, whoever could afford the cars. Everything dramatically changed. 1920s, when Henry Ford came up with his first long line of assembly of a Ford Model Ts, and cars became available to a majority of the population. After that, and they started taking them on this beach to race around.
Goldsmith's number 3 is still holding on to first place. Turns out of control. He slides through the safety markers and comes to a stop. He recovers and guns the car back on the course. What a show of car handling.
Daytona Beach is also a home for the 15 speed world records. People were racing this beach all the way until 1958, when it became overcrowded and couldn't hold the events anymore because it was so crowded with the people. And this is when officials had to start working on the Daytona International Speedway, which was finally done in 1958, and they moved all the events all the way there. The reason people used to love this beach for racing is because the sand here is so hard-packed. I mean, it feels like a pavement. Why is it so hard-packed? Because the beach is so wide. And in the morning and in the evening, water goes all the way back and forth, making it wet constantly.
Goldsmith misses a turn. Turner's in sight. Goldsmith gets back onto the track with Turner only yards behind him. Goldsmith streaks for the checkered flag and wins the closest race ever run on Daytona's Beach and Road Course. Before the year is out, drivers and mechanics will race stock cars 2,000 times on dirt and asphalt tracks around the country, proving their experience and equipment in competition. Here's what Smokey Unick, winning mechanic, has to say.
Well, in this business, you have to use about the best that you can get a hold of everything. In the ring department, we can get about any kind of ring we want, and Perfect Circle seems to make the best ring for us fellows to race on.
Now we travel from Daytona with its colors, sight and sound to another scene of glory, to another proving ground.
Cars always played an important role in my life. When I was a child, I always looked at the beautiful and expensive cars and dreamed about owning one when I will grow up. Since the times I started working, I was allowing myself to spend a certain amount from my profits towards upgrading to a better, nicer car. I think it's extremely important for every young person to have dreams and to chase them. With each car I buy, I get new emotions. I get to understand certain things about people, about their reactions, and interesting facts about making the dreams come true. Motivation has to be a driving point in the life of young people. I buy the new cars not to show off, not to make others jealous, but to show myself why I do work that much.
I came from the mud, there's dirt on my hands. Strong like a tree, there's roots where I stand.
Now let's get down to cars, because I love them. This specific car was purchased 3 months ago. I was just passing by the dealership, actually my Tesla Model X, and with my side vision I saw this beautiful car. It was bright yellow color back then, and then my wife next to me said, yo, let's go check it out. And then by then we knew that the car is so rare and no one has access to them, because people were pre-ordering them actually like a year before the actual delivery to United States. And we saw one live, so honestly we just wanted to give it a shot and maybe test drive it if possible. So we stopped by, we parked, we went inside, and the guy goes, you want to test drive it? I'm like, sure I do. So we took the car, we took it around the block for a spin, and then he tells me, he actually informs me that the car is available. I'm like, how is it available? How is it possible? You have to pre-order them, you have to customize them. I'm gonna stop on customization a little bit later, because this is a whole different story. But anyway, he's like, yeah, it's available, and if you want, you can get it. I discussed it with my wife for, I think, 5 minutes, and then guess what? Half an hour later, car dealership, the Lamborghini of Palm Beach, had my Tesla Model X. They also had a box of cash, the US, and we had that beauty. This is not the first SUV that Lamborghini produces. From 1986 to 1992, they were making the LM 002, the SUV that was meant initially for military, and it was supposed to have a machine gun on top and was supposed to be armored. But unfortunately for car enthusiasts, General Motors came up that year with the Hammer H1, the famous Humvee. which they started to give to American military, and it was kind of making no sense for government to bring Italian SUVs for military needs. And this is how a Lam 002 became an exotic car, and you can only find it now in the garages of a private collectors. We live in the times where car manufacturers have to adapt to the market realities, and even the exotic car manufacturers like Lamborghini, Ferrari, Porsche, they have to produce SUVs because this is mass market. So ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the future, the Lamborghini Urus. It comes with a 4-liter engine V8 made by Audi, and it's 641 horsepower. Not everyone knows this, but you can see this engine on other cars of the Audi group. Porsche Cayenne, some upper levels of Audis like A7, and then also, you know what? Bentley Continental GT. Yes, Bentley and Lamborghini Urus has the same engine. I think the closest car to this one is probably Rolls-Royce Cullinan, which I personally think is made for older people. People who already settled in, who don't need any show-offs. They don't want to race, they don't want to take the car to the speed track, they don't trying to wrap it in the gold, in yellow colors. They're just trying to stay low-key at the same time with the fashion. Another one is Bentley Bentayga, which in my opinion is clearly lacking the individuality and sportiveness. I mean, I really think it's a unique car for people like me, middle-aged, with a family, who still want to look cool, who's still trying to get some emotions from taking it to the track or to the highway, and at the same time they don't want to lose the ability to take their kids with them for a ride on Saturday or Sunday. Now let's talk about the things that I hate and that I love about these cars. I mean, the very first thing that I love, even though I didn't get to experience this, is when you order this car, you can actually fully customize it to the point where you can select color of the calipers. You can select between the 10 designs of the rims, and then you get to select 5 shades of the color, starting from regular chrome, ending up with a matte black. I chose the, I get to get the gunmetal color. You can also change, like if you want this Italian flag, this can be in carbon fiber. Door handles can be in carbon fiber. These strips can be in carbon fiber if you choose to. Another thing is, you see all these trims, all these little details, it all is customizable. This can be different color, and I think they offer like 10 or 15 colors: lime green, red, black, brown, whatever you want. This is a polished aluminum. This can be carbon fiber, this can be plastic, this can be even wood. Yes, you can get a wooden trim on the Lamborghini. Another thing that I absolutely love about this car is the amount of attention that I'm getting. I mean, every time I park by my house, by the office, people are standing and trying to look who's gonna come out of this car. They really think it's some kind of celebrity. So sometimes I would have fun sitting in the car for like 5-10 minutes, just watching the crowd taking the pictures and waiting who's gonna come out from the car. Another cool feature that I just learned about is that actually when you back up, and say you're backing up into the tight spot, the rear wheels are actually turning. Yes, this is crazy. Not only the front ones do, but then the rear wheels are helping them to get into the tight and unusual spots. I also absolutely love that I can take my kids and I can take 4 to 5 full-size luggages into the car. And again, there is a back seat. 3 people feel absolutely comfortable in the back seat, so we can go. And then honestly, we drove almost 5 hours one time and everyone was super comfortable. There is one thing that I really hate about this car, and let me show you what it is. You know how all the modern cars have the door pull-in? Look at this. Okay, look at this. See, it's not closed and it's not pulling it. It's not pulling it, it's still open. So every time I have to slam the door. I recently came to Lamborghini of Palm Beach and we saw the Urus with the technology, with the pull-in technology. And I asked them, what is this? Why is my car not equipped with this? And they said that they only came up with this in 2019 model year, and 2018 they cannot be upgraded to this feature. Another thing is, sometimes I feel cheated, because honestly, if you know about Audi and you know about Audi Q8, this is ridiculous. It's the same exact car with a little bit modified engine that costs 4 times cheaper than this car. Another thing that I was a little bit disappointed about is the exhaust. Before this car, I used to have Lamborghini Huracan, which the sound of exhaust was driving me nuts. I mean, those backfires on the downshift were unbelievable. Before getting this car, I kind of was expecting that the exhaust might not be that deep and beautiful. But listen, I kind of miss it, and I'm thinking to upgrade the exhaust now. What can you do? It's a family SUV. All in all, Lamborghini Urus is unbelievable super sport SUV. It gives you the thrill of driving this car fast on the highway while still delivering the groceries to your mother-in-law. You can even take the grill from Home Depot to your house in this car. The other day, we actually pulled the pair of jet skis with it. This is unbelievable. Plus, it comes with 3-year full warranty, no mileage restrictions, which I really think is a good thing. So that was it for today, guys. Thank you so much for being with us. I feel privileged to be able to test this car on this gorgeous beach. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. We really need your support. I'll see you soon.